to jump right into how you can take a table like this in a Google Sheet and send it automatically via email at a designated or a somewhat designated time, daily or weekly. So in this case, we want to send this particular agent their numbers and how they're doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Tools and Script Editor. So this will open up. And then I'm going to paste in the formula here. I will make this available to everyone. And the first thing we're going to do is name this. And then I want to name my function. So in this case, I'll just call it Agent 1. So the next thing we need to do is we need to take a look at the actual sheet that we are using, that our table is in. So in this case, it is called email. And this is very specific, so change that to email. Emails will not work. Second thing being putting in the email as to who this is going to. And in playing around with this, I've discovered that actually it's best to remove the quotation marks around that and put them in again as you're entering the email address. Also, if you wanted to, you could add in multiple email addresses using a semicolon in between them. Something like that. The next item where it says title, this would be the subject of the email. So for us, it's our current numbers that's getting sent to the agent. The next thing is this right here is the actual cells that will be getting sent. So if we go back to our spreadsheet, we see A1 through actually D22 over here. So we'll go in and we will change this to D22, and that will pull just those cells that we're interested in. This next part here is a formula that you don't really need to play with. This would be for formatting of that table. I haven't spent a lot of time fooling around with it. However, if you're very particular about the way you want this to look, you may want to spend some time changing the font or the font size, things like that, to get exactly what it is you want. Otherwise, we can come all the way down here. So now we're going to send this email. Email here again was the email address from up here. Title was our subject, and then we get to our body. Here you would put any text that you want to show up before your table. Here are your numbers in this case. The table will be inserted, and then after that, if there's any text you want to go after the table, such as missing numbers, can be submitted through our Google form. Something similar to that. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. When I went to save it, if there were any errors, it would tell me, little red box pops up here at the top, tells you what line the error's on, so you can go back and find it. So this is, we've saved it. Now I'm actually going to run it, and authorization will be required. So I have to authorize this script to send emails from my account. There we go, authorization, and should be showing up in my emails anytime now. There we go. So here's the table, here's all of our numbers, and so you can see how that gets sent. Now back over in here, if we had a separate table we wanted to include, we could take all of this right here, and you notice everywhere it says data 1, table format 1, HTML table 1. You could copy all of this, put it in a second time, and just change all of these 1s next to the blue numbers to 2s, and you could put it in a second table if you wanted to. So another thing is, say we had more than one agent that we wanted to, if you've got multiple agents on your team, you want to do this for, what I found the easiest way to do that is to actually come over here, make a copy, And you may actually want to rename this, so maybe like agent 2 update, and then again change that, change the email address, change this information here. So rather than A1 to D22, we're actually looking at F1 to I22. And so we could just come in here and change it all, put in the new email address. And then it's actually just as simple as that to copy it for multiple sections of text or multiple people we want to send it to. So hopefully that is helpful, and will give you guys a lot of your time back. Oh, actually, no, I'm not done yet, because the one thing I forgot to show you is how to create the trigger. So the trigger is what will get this to send automatically. So you click on this little clock icon here, and it's going to open up triggers. We're going to add a trigger. So this is an oh, and I know it. So because I forgot to save this one, it kept the agent 1 update name. So we'll go back here. We're going to add a trigger for agent 1. It's going to be a time-driven trigger. And so now this is where you get to select whether you want it to go out every day, every week, every month, or every hour, whatever you want that to be. So if you want it to go out every day, you select that. And then you get to pick a 1-hour window during the day when it'll go out. So generally when I do the 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., I see it show up around 8:15 in the morning. And then you can also, I like to be notified if it fails so that I can come in here and actually run it myself. So then you would just click that, and your trigger has been set up. And so tomorrow morning at sometime between 8 and 9, this script will be run, and this information from this table will be sent out. So hopefully that was helpful. If anyone has any issues, feel free to message me, send me an email, and I'll see what I can do to help you get it figured out. Have a wonderful day.